a look at that fixture run between the two sides, because Mario, there's a question that I wanted to ask you, right? So Arsenal, let's say, for argument's sake, they get through the test of Burnley at home on Monday. How many of the Arsenal players might be saying to themselves, shall we meet up to watch Tuesday, Bournemouth versus City? Do you think they'd say that? Because there's a chance that, you know, something happens there, they win the league on Tuesday.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is? I don't know. Like, if I go back to my own experience, you understand, I didn't win it in England, but I won it back home. But going back home, it was like, you always keep your eyes on what the opponent does. You understand? You don't want to do it, but you're doing it. Because it's something that happens to you is without you want to do it, but clearly after the game you're like, hey, you know something? You know something? You know, it just happens. Yeah. And trust me, if you're my teammate, you're getting a text if they lost. I'm like, dude, have you seen?
Do you think some of the players might meet up and...
Definitely. Yeah.
Do you think that would be the... Well, you never know.
No, like, if you look, okay,
if there's a chance that you're champions, you have to. And
you're my buddy.
Yeah. If it's not happening, it's
what team? If I hang out with you all the time, you think I need to wait till I see you? No, we are seeing each other. Even if you don't want to see me, you're making time for me. And you're not going anywhere. I'm saying like, dude, we're watching the game. Come on. Yeah. And you're going to be, okay, Mario, okay, let's watch. And then you
if there's a chance that you're the champions that night, you have to be together.
Yeah. Okay. And Jules, are you at the game or for Arsenal versus Burnley? Will you be there on Monday?
I've got my French radio show at the same time, so I will be like watching on the screen, but I can't be at the stadium.
But I know. Obviously, you've covered a lot of Arsenal matches, and you know the vibe at the Emirates. I mean, how important is it still going to be? Because I think a lot of people have almost. I think Mike Jackson, the Burnley manager, came forward and he kind of spoke about it, saying, "Look, we're not here just to be rolled over. We're going to give this a good go." The atmosphere on Monday at the Emirates, how important is a goal, maybe within that first 45 minutes?
Yeah, but even if it doesn't come in the first half, everybody still has to believe. I expect the atmosphere that we saw in the second leg against Atletico Madrid. Yeah. This is the kind of atmosphere that has to be. This is like a cup game. It really is. It's like a Champions League semi-final, second leg, quarter-final, second leg. This is how Arsenal fans have to see it. They have to go to the Emirates thinking like, this is a knockout game, really, because this is what it is. And I think the atmosphere will be great. And if the atmosphere is great, the players will be up for it. And, I think Arsenal will win this game and be in a very strong position.
Craig, about trying to get Arsenal over the line in the title race, ending a 22-year wait for a league title.
Nothing is done yet. No trophies are in the cabinet. But should that be the end result, do you feel the foundations here, Mikel, are for a dynasty? What I'm saying is it's very hard to win back-to-back trophies. It's very hard to do it. But do you sense that this club is in a space where Man City found themselves, that long-term you could go on and achieve that sort of...
When you see the trajectory and what we built in the last few years, and especially in the last 4 years in terms of consistency, the amount of points, wins, you should have a few trophies, big trophies already. That only happens in this league. But that drives you to be even better. So we still have to make that a step of finalizing the business. And that's the opportunity we have in the next 3 days. And then we'll have time to talk about the rest.
I mean, Mario, I'll start with yourself. I mean, how crucial is this for Arsenal? Because there's a few people, I think, within football that kind of feel like with this Arsenal squad and with Mikel, that perhaps get this over the line and the floodgates of more titles could really start to open for them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, look, this is also the last thing that everybody's waiting for, right? Because, if you get that close every season, now they want to say, like, okay, get us over the line, because then you break the momentum and say, like, okay, we are the real deal. And that is the question that everybody has, including myself. I'm waiting to say, like, hey, are you going to do it? Because they were on the cruising moment, and then they allowed City to get back into the run. And it's by themselves. They did it first by themselves leading, and they did it by themselves getting them back on track. So in a way, I feel like winning it for them is going to be very important. And you know how they be very important. And you know how the Arsenal fans be very important. And you know how the Arsenal fans are. Oh, man. Oh, if someone is cocky in London, it's Arsenal.
I'm not sure. I've been hiding behind the sofa pretty much all year, mate.
Oh, my God.
I've been hiding behind the sofa.
I hear it all the time. But, hey, listen, if you deserve it, you should win it. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. Jules, look, you've written on so many fantastic teams over the years. But I guess if Arsenal, this Arsenal team, were to do something that the club has never done before, which is win the Premier League and the Champions League. Where would they stand in terms of, I guess, their history and other Premier League teams of years gone by?
I mean, that makes it the greatest team in the club history, for sure. Better than the Invincibles.
You would put it above the Invincibles?
I mean, to win the double league and Champions League, which obviously Champions League has never been done. There's a final loss by Thierry's team at the time in 06. But yeah, for me, it would be above everything else. Like a league and cup double is great. For me, it would be above everything else. Like a league and cup double is great. A league and a Champions League double is something else. It's so rare. City and Guardiola have done it once in the 10 years that he's been at the club, for example. We could look again at the great teams that have won the Premier League and how many have won the Champions League on the same year. It's so difficult to do. And for this team that is not complete, by the way, there's still a bit of weakest points there in this. It's a good squad, but there's still some positions I think that you can upgrade as well as a football club.
Yeah.
But the work that they've done the last 6 years, Mikel, but not just Mikel on his own, but the way this club has been transformed from bottom to the top, with all the right people in charge, has been really impressive. They just need that title now. It's the only thing missing for me.
Mario, you were just watching that goal against West Ham from Leandro Trossard. How much of a confidence boost is it going into these final two games? I know there's the anxiety around it, but that belief must be there for the players, thinking, they took it right to the edge with West Ham, but they still did it. They still found that goal.
That is the confidence that you build in a team, right? When you go after a title, those are the moments. Because in the moments when people have their doubts, but you as a team keep on believing, that is what pushes you over the line. And I think the moment when they scored that goal, it was like, okay, it also... your captain comes in the game. He arrives in the game, and people saying like, "Oh, he's playing safe." He clearly wasn't safe in that moment because he turned back, had the dribble, plays the 1-2, and then cuts it back. So at that moment, he also opened the books for others to say like, "Listen, maybe you saw me as safe, but now I'm showing you that I'm the risk taker because I came on this field now to make us win the game." And he clearly won the game for them.
Yeah.
The captain comes on, and he did that. So in a way, like winning titles. Is that what you just said? The belief has to be there, and sometimes it doesn't have to look beautiful, my friend. You just have to win.
Well, that's it. And I guess, Jules, it's...
Fire Arsenal FC head into another massive Premier League clash, knowing that every single point could decide the destiny of the title race as pressure continues to rise at the top of the table. Face screaming if fear standing in their way is Burnley FC, a side fighting with determination and desperate to shock Arsenal in one of the biggest matches of their season. Soccer ball Mikel Arteta's team have shown incredible consistency and mentality throughout the campaign, but with expectations growing every week, fans are asking whether Arsenal can truly handle the pressure in the run-in. Police Scarlet Burnley, meanwhile, will arrive with nothing to lose and everything to prove, hoping to frustrate Arsenal and potentially cause one of the biggest surprises in the Premier League title battle. Trophy with the championship race heating up and the pressure reaching another level. This showdown could become a defining moment in Arsenal's season as they continue chasing Premier League glory. Rocket Soccer Ball face with steam from nose.